Buddy's band practiced in the back of the barbershop, and it was there Hayes had profound influence on a hyperkinetic kid whose dad was one of those barbers. Ronnie Hawkins was smitten by the earliest sounds of rock and roll, and Buddy was his muse.
And the boys played in the back of the barbershop. You remember them, Half Pint and Pint, Little Joe, and they'd let me come back and listen to all that stuff, you know. But they played blues too in the back of the barbershop, and it was Buddy that showed me a lot of things.
When she took a letter, man, it gave me a chill. She took my diamond ring. She took my watch and chain. She took the keys to my car.
Ronnie formed a rockabilly group known as the Hawks, and they had a few songs hit the charts.
She jumped in my kitty and she...
That was genuine rock and roll, not hard rock or anything else. It was genuine two-beat rock and roll.
She took my diamond ring, hey Mary Lou.
Hawkins and his band became wildly popular in Canada, and they began splitting time up north with local engagements at the Rockwood Club, a juke joint off Highway 71 South.
He loves being the center of attention. And he works that band very, 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 very hard. There are stories that when he was back here and they were playing the Rockwood Club, there are stories that if someone missed a note, he'd take them down to Razorback Stadium and make them run the steps.
As Ronnie's Canadian fame exploded, his band members, including drummer and fellow Arkansan Levon Helm, left Hawkins and moved back to Fayetteville, where they perfected their own unique Southern rock and blues sound. Eventually, the former Hawks became known as the Band, beginning a meteoric run that would land them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The night they drove Old Dixie down, it's not just about the end of the Civil War. It's also about, in some ways, what the band was going through after they left Ronnie. In the winter of '65, we were hungry, just barely alive. And Earl Kate claims that that's about the winter of 1965, when the band is holed up in Fayetteville, trying to figure out what their next move is. According to some folks, shoplifting steaks out of the Piggly Wiggly down on Dixon Street.